You have to dye you buy bland fabrics and then have to dye them to the colors you want.
We try to get the fabrics already. Sometimes they're custom dyed, but we try to get the fabrics that we know that the manufacturers would be able to get. Sometimes we'll find fabric here that's very unique and we know that it's just not available anyway, and we'll ship it over there for them. But we generally try to stick with the fabrics that are already come the color that they are, and that we know that either we can get enough yardage of it or that the manufacturers can.
I was noticing the pinstripes on the trousers there, something like that seems to be kind of unique.
Yeah,
and
custom. That's a sample of custom print work, like this stuff. Yeah, the scale. If we tried to use real stripe trouser fabrics, those stripes are about that far apart. Yeah. So that's a good example.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Has the demand grown for these?
Tremendously.
Really?
Yeah.
Foreign demand?
Since 2004, that's when I started. They had did one quarter scale figure of Nosferatu, Max Schreck, the 20s, 20s, yeah, like this. And then they brought me on, and that's been nearly 10 years now. Yeah, next year we'll make it 10 years. And again, there was some initial in the business because they thought, oh, they're large, who has space for these things, or you can't customize them, you can't dress them or undress them. And man, they took off like a shot, like a rocket. We could hardly keep up with the demand. And yeah, and as you were mentioning, the amount of products is always, just keep going up and up and up and up. And
how about the half scale? Are there a lot of those?
we've done maybe about 10 of those, ranging. We did a half scale Darth Vader. We did a half scale Obi-Wan. We did a half size Indiana Jones. Did a half size Iron Man. Yeah, they stand. They're half my size. They're coming up to here. Yeah, but those things can go in the thousands of dollars. Again, worldwide, there are people that snatch those things up.
Is all your manufacturing done overseas? Is all your manufacturing done overseas? You just design them here and then the manufacturing is done overseas?
Pretty much, yes.
You keep mentioning sending things overseas.
Yes. Yeah, we do all the designing and all the prototypes, all of that. We work out exactly, so there's no question. You include, as far as the garments are concerned, you even include seam allowance here. So, and then this line here, that's called a grain line. And that grain line is always put parallel to the edge of the fabric. And so you work it out entirely. And paint masters, the people who do these paint masters, which I'm sure this one was, they'll do it exactly so, and then they'll put the colors and make a list of the colors, and then a sample like that will be sent over there too. So we take care of everything that could possibly, any contingency that possibly can go wrong, or things like that.
You mentioned that most everything is limited edition. Approximately how many figures do you have available in your catalog at any one time?
Oh, well, for example, this is an older catalog, but These are 6-scale things, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 of those.
You probably have 100 or more items
Yeah.
available at any one time in the catalog.
Yes, yeah, I would say.
And I
you know,
realize that's how long is a piece of string, but
more than, c'est moi?
Hey,
Hey,
know
hey!
that guy.
Yeah, and so these are some of the early quarter scales. I did that. I did these. I didn't do these. Somebody else did that. But I made the clothes for Hellboy. I did those. Somebody did that, but I did that.
Well, licensing must be paying too. Paying for approval.
did the bonds.
From the license holders?
They do. They take care of all the licensing. But I'm not involved with that. I don't know how much they pay. I did those. This was the first one that they did before my arrival. That was the first one that I did for them back in 2004. Okay. So yeah, and other than that, they have solid resin busts. They have solid cast figurines. They do artwork as well.
a very extensive inventory.
Yeah. So, right, and so it changes every year. And if you go online, you can get the whole lowdown on on what they have now. They, a number of years ago, Lord of the Rings was huge. And so they had the license for that. And then that lasted, Lord of the Rings was like maybe about 5 years worth of manufacturing because everyone loved that. Star Wars is now and forever. There will never be, it seems like there will never be an end to interest in Star Wars fans. And so we have a line of just
So you have
stormtroopers, which David can tell you about.
You have something that would basically be open stock then, really, almost, are continuing on as opposed to being limited.
Well, the thing with, once you call something limited to, like you have a white stormtrooper, limited edition of a 500.
Yeah.
You can't actually make any more of them because,
Destroy the collectability.
Yeah, right, and you get your customers angry. Hey, wait a minute, I thought I only had one of 500. But you can have variations. You can have like 20 variations. And David, why don't you talk about painting? Yeah. And you must, they have all of these varieties of stormtroopers, right?
Oh yeah, and they're all weathered differently.
Different markings. Different markings and chips and
yeah,
weapons.